Hi friends, welcome to Stamping with Wow. It's Jennifer Sasaki, hopefully your favorite Stampin' Up demonstrator. I hope I have a lot of people tuning. I hope I have a lot of people tuning in tonight to check out this really cute paper pumpkin that I made this weekend for tonight's feed. If you want to get started, you're gonna need 24 strips of 12 by, you're going to need 24 strips of 12 inches by 1 inch. So 1 inch strips of 12 by 12 paper. You probably want to use 3 to 4 different papers. So what I have here, if you use double-sided paper, then you could flip them, use 2 sheets and use all 4 sides. So up to you. I'm going to talk for a while, so if you haven't already cut your strips, you could start cutting your strips while I'm chatting about a few other things going on right now. So this paper that I used for this pumpkin is called the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. And that paper is currently out of stock, but will be back in stock on Monday, October 26th, which is next Monday. So if you want to order this paper, because I know this pumpkin came out really cute, don't you think? So if you want to order this paper, send me a or you can order it on Monday through the website. And this is my website, and this is the host code. If your order is under $150, use that host code and we'll share a free product with everyone. Otherwise, if it's over $150, do your own order and I will, and you'll earn your own free product. So this paper is really pretty. It has a gold foiling and a copper foiling in it. I'm not sure if you can see the sheen on this. So one side of there's 12 designs, and 6 of the designs have the gold foiling. So on one side of each sheet of paper, it has gold foiling, and you get 12 sheets in all. So you're getting 6 of each side of, how does that go? You get 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 double-sided designs, and 6 of the designs are gold foiled. So the other thing you're going to need is a 5-inch by 5.5 inch. You need 2 pieces of paper, one a solid and then one of your patterns, because you'll see it in the center. That's this center core right here. You could use a paper towel roll or a bathroom roll, but we're going to make our own. So you don't have to if you don't have one handy. Okay, and the paper towel roll, you could make however high you would like, but the toilet paper roll measures 4 inches, so it'd be a little shorter. But one of the things you could do with this pumpkin is make varying sides. Like I plan on going back after I can order some more paper, because I've used it all up with my card making. I want to make one like 7 inches high, so then it won't be as fat. It'll be a tall, skinnier pumpkin. So I think that'd look cute. And then maybe a little one next to it. I think that would be really cute. So what I wanted to talk about before we get all into everything is I just got my paper pumpkin in the mail. This was the one that was called Joy to the World. So I just wanted to share with you what I got. We can't do paper pumpkin tonight because I do not have time. We're going to be making a real paper pumpkin. That's kind of funny. So this is the stamp set that came with it, and this one says, wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with fun and laughter. You get a Merry Christmas, sending to you and yours to the world. So joy to the world, I guess. Then you also get a Just Jade ink spot. This is just showing you some card ideas. And when we open the packet, looks like we're getting some, here's the card ideas they had for it. So this is coming with, let's see if it says, looks like you're getting 8 cards. So if you would have ordered the paper pumpkin, just to let you know, you would have had the ability to make 8 Christmas cards with this kit. And I think there was a refill kit. The refill kit is still available, but the paper pumpkin itself is not. That's why it's a pre-order. They only purchase what they need. Yeah, I know. That's hard. Ooh, look at that. Little pieces of argyle. Isn't that cute? Can't wait to... I will post, when I play with this, I will post it on my Facebook page so you can see what I made. I was thinking they were going to have the advertisement for the next paper pumpkin, but it doesn't look like it. If you've looked through my Facebook page, business page, you will probably have seen me advertising the gingerbread house paper pumpkin. That's the next one, and the last day to subscribe for that is November 10th. And so if you like gingerbread houses and you're thinking this set was really cute and you're kind of kicking yourself right now, don't miss that opportunity, because it's going to be another... You always get one of these stamp sets. You always get an ink spot. You always get some kind of embellishment. And who knows what else is going to come with that one. Let's see. Hopefully this might be in foil when I flip it. Let's see what we got. Here's the instructions for the 2 cards. And then they're showing you some alternative things they've made. And this right here, I don't know how well you can see it. That is a mini paper pumpkin box that we sell in our catalog. And so it's a little gift box. And it gives you very good instructions. So this must be gold. Oh, yes. So you get some really pretty laser cut gold sheets to go with it. So, I mean, to me, what's a Christmas card without gold? You also get little adhesives. So pretty much everything you need to create these cards that are shown right here. So that means the envelopes have a little, these are really nice for a Christmas present, I must say. I mean, not present, but a Christmas card. So this kit, so maybe you should think about the next paper pumpkin, which would be November, which would be the gingerbread houses. And the paper pumpkin for a 1-month subscription is $22. That includes the shipping, so it's $22 and I think some change. I can't remember exactly. So I mean, just to try it, to see if you like it, you might really enjoy it. I think they're fun, and my sister loves the paper pumpkin. It gives her just enough. She takes it with her places if she's waiting for a doctor's appointment or something, and she just crafts up her paper pumpkin kit because it comes in this, let me just get rid of that tissue, this nice little carry case too. Like you can just plop all the goods back in there, and you could use this if you took it to go as a little table to work on. So I mean, you can't beat it. I know, I'm selling it, right? Okay. Next, I wanted to talk about, with the holidays approaching, and I was crafting this weekend, making some cards and stuff, trying to really bump up my Facebook and YouTube to help inspire you guys through this holiday season to paper craft, because I think handmade items are always the best items. And I was saying, I want to, from now until December, I think it's December 11th or 12th or something like that, I am going to do 2 Facebook Lives. I don't expect you guys to tune in all the time, but I will be posting Facebook on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. my time. And I will be posting 2 YouTube videos a week to help you. The other thing I decided I wanted to do right now is start offering Friday night workshops at my house. So I'm still trying to figure out how much I really want to charge for the workshop and how many projects I want to offer at the workshop. So I'm debating between charging $30 for 5 projects or like $25 for 4 projects. I'm not sure how everyone feels about it, and how much time you guys want to be here. Do you only want to be here for 2 hours? or is a, because I was originally thinking 3:30, or not 3:30, 6:30 to 10, but maybe you don't want to be here that long. Maybe 6:30 to 9, and you just show up when you want, kind of thing. So leave some comments to give me an idea what you think would be something you'd be interested in. The other thing I was hoping to do at these workshops is to help people make their family Christmas cards. I'll be more than happy to score and cut cardstock into card size for you. I can help you with your design of your family Christmas card. I meant to talk to my friend who always has photographed for me to see if she wanted me to give her a shout out. I do know, if you're local to Las Vegas, I do know a nice lady who will do family pictures. She's not a professional photographer, but she does take very good quality pictures. She has a good eye for detail, and so does her daughter's friend. They both, they've taken pictures at my family Christmas parties. They've taken pictures every year since I moved to Las Vegas for me. And I think she's great. You know, both her and AJ are great. So let me know if you're interested. I could ask her. I will ask her, and next time I go live, I'll bring it up again if she wants me to mention it, if she's not too busy or anything. But I know that she doesn't charge as much as a professional photographer. And it's, you know, I love the family Christmas picture. So, I meant to pan on me, but I've just been going at it so long, it's not even worth it anymore. So let me know if you're interested in that and interested in the workshop. I have a card class coming up. I'm gonna do it on November 1st. That's 2 weeks from now. I meant to have the cards here. So I've made the cards, but I sent them to my mom who lives in Bullhead. So she's going to see if she can drum up some interest for a one-day class out there. So I sent her the cards. So I still need to remake the cards. So I have them here. So next live, I will show you the cards. I don't know if November 1st is coming too soon, and I should really put it out to November 8th. So comments below if you're interested in that class too. That's using the plaid paper. Let me show you. Sorry. This plaid tidings paper, I'm making my cards the Thanksgiving. I'm going to be doing fall Thanksgiving cards, and I'll be doing another set of cards, Christmas cards. So I'll be offering all these projects that I make already cut up. All you have to do is the stamping, and if there's embossing, and add the detail and paste it all together in the workshops and stuff I'm offering. So this plaid tidings paper, if you really like it, it's on sale this month, the month of October. It is 15% off. I think it comes out to $9.83 or something like that. Tonight, for my pumpkin that I'm going to be making, I'm going to be using Magic in this Night Designer Series paper. I already did this one, the one I'm showing you as a sample. So I decided it's not too late for me to still do Halloween paper. If you're interested in Halloween paper still, Stampin' Up is in Utah, and if you place your order today or tomorrow, you would have it definitely by next Monday. So really, it's still not too late if you want to even make these as little cute gifts to give to people, because you'll see tonight how fast and easy they really are to make. Even kids could make these and have a lot of fun. Like maybe you don't want to carve a pumpkin, or maybe you have a daughter who loves paper crafting. This is really a great project we're going to do tonight. So I was in a swap recently. I was in a really big swap, and I just wanted to share with you guys some card ideas I got. It's supposed to be Christmas. There's some fall, and then there's some miscellaneous. So here's a cute little Merry Christmas. This is a Thanksgiving / fall card with a thank you. This is more of a miscellaneous card. it's using the poppy. This one's really cute. This is the Christmas gnomes we have in our holiday catalog. And if you're interested in the catalog, please let me know and I'd be happy to send you a catalog. Really cute. And it doesn't bother me that she didn't color it because I don't know why, but I don't jump up and down to color either. So, but that's really cute. I like the gnome stamp set. I just didn't want to color. I like this. This is nice and clean and simple. This one's really cute too. Here's a nice little Merry Christmas. I haven't opened any of these, so I don't know who the designers are. Oh, this one says Lyndall Price. That one's very pretty. That's the Life is Beautiful tree, and she, these are snowflakes. That's a stamp, but I don't know if she hand drew. Looks like she hand drew the little bows. That was a very clever idea. And oh, I love that, the stippling done on the, it's a die cut probably, but it actually punched through the paper. Really pretty. This one's a triangle set we have, which it's very simple, but when you're stamping on them and you use some of that foil paper we have and this embossed trees behind, oh, that's just super simple, really pretty impact. Here's another stamp set we have. I think this is a combination of two different stamp die sets because that dove is a Christmas, and I think this is a travel around the world. And this is around the town or something like that. Really cute if you like that whole home for Christmas. The paper that goes with this suite, I'm going to be making a folio later on this, not this month, next month. So if you're ever into any kind of scrapbooking, but you want to give it as a little gift, but you don't want it to be a whole album, a folio is a much smaller version of that. So I'm going to be putting one of those together. This one's really pretty. That's using that plaid tiding suite with the poinsettia paper. So the die cuts, if you want to buy the whole plaid tiding suite, sorry, I just keep going back and forth. So it's using these dies right here. That's what she did right here. And then that's paper that comes from the poinsettia. The poinsettia is a really nice stamp set, and it's a whole suite. The paper is pretty. It comes with flock paper, and the poinsettias you can make with the die cuts are phenomenal. And here's some more of that around the town, I think it's called. It didn't jump out at me, but I'm really liking this like that. So, you know, that's what happens. I start seeing what other people create and I start wanting other stamp sets. This is a very nice, simple card. Just 3 pieces of paper on top of some red. But if you were sending a card out like this to someone, they would never think of it in that terms. That's how a card maker thinks. You could whip out 50 of these easily in a night. I love this. This is so pretty. Don't you just think she popped up this white piece of cardstock? She has it going through to that, that's probably Highland Heather behind there, and this frosted blue ribbon. Oh, and the rhinestones are just really spectacular. And here, this is the poinsettia I was talking about. There's 2 more layers you could do on this. And there's also, when you have the impression in your die, it can leave the leaf marks on here instead of just she did the embossing, so she didn't need the leaf marks on there, but you can add the leaf marks to it too. So it's really pretty. And then this was the card I made for the swap, and I used, I even showed you guys how to make this card in, I believe it was a live tutorial, because I think I showed how quick and easy you could make 6 cards. So let's get started with the paper pumpkin, or my pumpkin made out of paper. So what you're going to need, in addition to the 24 1-inch strips, you're going to need some leaves. Now I used this leaf stamp set. So we have this one that's called Gather Together Bundle, which is $38.50. This one's a really nice set. It gives you a nice big maple leaf. This is the stamp set. It has some really nice sentiments. It has 2 pumpkins. And then what you get is if you buy the bundle, you get this die set as well. And it gives you 3 more leaves and it does the impression on them. And you can cut out the 2 pumpkins. It gives you 2 of those double pumpkins. And you get the giant maple leaf. So this is a really nice option. For $38.50 is that bundle. And then the other leaf set that's very popular this season, it's a new leaf set, Love of Leaves bundle. It's $47.50. These are the dies. They're incredible. I was making all kinds of leaves the other night, so I was doing them with the bronze. I just can't get over. I love the foil when you put it through the die cut machine. And then this is Cajun Craze, and then I believe this is Mary Merlot right here. But we're going to pretend it's Blackberry Bliss tonight because I did cut out some Blackberry Bliss, but I forgot them downstairs. So I'm in the process of converting my dining room into the new workshop room for my Stampin' Up! Classes and workshops. I'm so excited. I'm just really pumped up right now, and I just can't wait to see. And don't worry, we'll social distance, and we will also wear masks because I bought a bunch of those hospital mask things, and those are easiest to talk through, so, or you can wear your own, I don't care. Okay, moving on. So we need some leaves for the top of our pumpkin. On this particular pumpkin, I used about 4. One of them fell off. It's one of those gold ones down there. But I put 4 on here. And so enough talk about leaves and the different die cut stamp sets that are offered. You can also go to Hobby Lobby or something and buy some autumn leaves. Okay, moving on. Oh, I used the stitched shaped framelit dies because you're going to need 2 circles for the pumpkin. So I used the circles. I used the largest one, and I used the second to smallest or third largest, however you want to say it. So that's what I use. So this one I'm going to use to glue the ring that we're using in the center to. It's just going to make the process go a little bit faster. And then this one I'm going to use on the bottom of my pumpkin after I glue all the bottoms to this one, so it'll just sandwich it so no one will see all those edges that don't make it all the way to the bottom. So it's just going to make a quicker process. So I'm going to tell you how big these are so that if you don't have these dies, you can improvise. So this one is about, if you want to get technical, it's 1 7/8. But if you don't care that much, I'm going to say it's 2 inches. How's that for you? And this one is, again, if you want to get technical, it's 2 7/8. And if you don't care that much, it's going to be 3 inches. So there you have it. You can have bigger because I'm going to show you the bottom here. So on this, oh, rocks are falling out. So on this one, that's the same. So all it's doing is covering this bottom and giving a little more stability. You are going to use some form of a weight in here. So I have this bag of rocks. I bought this, I think I bought this at the dollar store. I've been meaning to make these sock gnomes, and I was going to use this as weight. So I just had this lying around actually. Plus, we live in Las Vegas, so, you know, we all have rocks in our front yard and backyard. So I'm sure your yard can afford a few rocks. And then the little circle, I don't know if you can see it, but it's going in here at the inside the pumpkin. So that's the initial part we're going to do. Okay, so like I said earlier, I was going to use my, oh, sorry, wait. You also need a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna just twist that up and stick it in the center, and we're gonna make it fit as our stem. Okay, so whatever color goes with the paper you're using, the Cajun Craze that I'm using goes both with this fall kind of paper, and it goes with the Halloween paper. So I got kind of lucky. The other thing, oh, and I told you about the 5.5, the 5 by 5.5 piece you need for the tube. So we're gonna make our tube with this. So this is where we're gonna start. I'm gonna be using, you'll want a liquid adhesive for this project. I think that would be the simplest. And then you probably want a little bit of tear and tape to, oops, ooh, almost took that whole thing over, that's not good. And then you want some tear and tape for this tube part. So one side is 1/2 inch longer than the other. So this is 5 by 5.5. And what we want, oh, you also want your bone folder. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and just start, oh, I didn't cut all my strips yet. Boy, I'm just all over the place. Okay, so I picked 4 papers I wanted to use because I didn't want to pass up on the opportunity to use this black glitter paper. I don't know if you've ever used Stampin' Up's black glitter papers, but they do not come off. Like, you know, some places or some paper you buy, your hands are so covered in glitter that you're disgusted by, you know, you just feel like you're covered in glitter, right? So this this stuff doesn't come off, so it's really nice. I just wanted to add a little more bling because my fall pumpkin had that gold and copper foiling on it, but my October pumpkin or Halloween pumpkin will not have that. So I'm just gonna add those in addition. I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm just cutting 8 1-inch strips. I could cut 6 1-inch strips because of each paper, because I already have 6 of the black foil. I think that's what I was thinking I would do. So I'm going to try to cut this as fast as I can. In case you guys were cutting along with me, I didn't want to cut ahead. It's so hard to decide how much time to spend on something. Okay, so here I have 6. These are double-sided, so if I wanted to use those bats, I could use 3 and 3 if I wanted. I thought that too much of the bat would get cut off. But another thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing your cutting is if your paper is directional or not. You want to make sure that you're cutting in the direction it needs, because you want this paper to go up and down. You don't want the design to be a sideways design on your cut, because then when your pumpkin strips are going, they're going to be sideways. So that's not going to make you look, you're not going to feel happy about your pumpkin. All right, let's see. There we go. That's 4. And this one's really pretty, not really pretty, I should say. It's really Halloween-y. The back side is black stripe, but I don't want too much black, so I'm going to stay with the Cajun craze. I think I want to say Cajun or something like that instead of the Cajun craze. All right, I think I did more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I did. I didn't want to. I was hoping to save some decent sized strips for something else. You never know. And the spiders, yeah, I definitely want my spiders going up and down, so that's where you want to make sure you pay attention to the direction of your paper. The other side of this was black diamonds, which also would be good. So you could use this paper and make a completely black and white pumpkin, which I'm not saying would be a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't want it. I want the colors. If you've ever been to my house when it's decorated for Halloween, it's very colorful. So that's why I need the colors. All right, I think I have 5. Okay, so only one more and then I'm done. Then what you want to do, oh, and I did not say, But I belong to another group called Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creation. They have a Facebook page. And that is where I learned how to make this paper pumpkin. Tamara and her design team, they make some great scrapbooking albums, but they also occasionally come up with a dimensional project that can be quite fun. I don't know if you watched the witch's hat I made about a month or so ago. That also came from their group. She doesn't mind if I steal her projects sometimes, as long as I give credit to the designers. And I believe Tamara made this one this time, so I'm not sure. But they're a great group of women. If you want to go, if you're into making mini scrapbook albums, you would love that group of women. And she also has a store, and she sells all kinds of scrapbooking paper. So all I'm doing is basically I'm using my bone folder, and I am just trying to break down the fiber of the paper so that it will want to curl. And you can see it's starting to curl, so what I'm going to do is just kind of roll it together. I don't want to get a bunch of bend marks in it, so I'm just rolling it. I'm being nice to it right now. And then I think the easiest thing to do with this right now is to add score tape. So I'm just going to put, tear-in tape. I'm just going to put a strip of it along the top one edge, and that's all you need. You could use tear-in tape for all these strips, but I think the glue is going to work much easier with that part. So I'm just going to match it up, and there we go. And I'm just going to roll my, just lightly roll it like I'm rolling Play-Doh or something, just to give the whole thing a good relaxation. So there's my tube. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to glue this circle on my tube. And if your circle is a lot bigger, you can trim it down manually. This kind of shows, but whoever looks at it's going to be more in awe of what you made than paying attention to what looks funked on it. The little circle inside. And besides, you could put some battery operated candles inside the little tea lights, are they called? You could do that. You could put a candle in a battery operated candle in the stem. Please notice I'm saying battery operated. No real candles in this paper made pumpkin. So I'm just gluing the lip. It doesn't have to be great, and there's not going to be a lot of support on this. There's going to be more support later. So it doesn't matter if, I know it's only a little bit that's glued together there. And I'm just going to take a dry baby wipe. I'm going to first put away this holiday catalog before I get glue all over it. But I use a lot of dry baby wipes. Another trick I learned from the ladies at Scrapbooking of Country Craft Creation. I do make mini albums. I enjoy that a lot. I'm a true paper crafter through and through, I guess. So, dried baby wipes work really good. All you gotta do is lay them out, or if you live in Las Vegas, after you've used them, not for the baby or anything, but to clean your hands a little bit, like if you had glue while you're crafting, just let it dry out, and then you save it and let it become one of your dried baby wipes. Okay, so the next thing that I found was easy when I made the first one was just taking my bone folder and adding a little curl, like you're doing curling ribbon, but a lot gentler. You just want a little curve added to your strips before you start. So we're just gonna Go right through that. I'm very gently adding the curve. I don't want a curly Q. We're going to do some strips later on for a curly Q. So we just want a little curve in there. So when we start adding the strip to the top and bottom, it won't be stiff and we won't get creases in it, right? This way the paper already wants to curve into the pumpkin. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just imagine when you hand this to someone as a hostess gift, or you hand it to someone just to decorate their space, or, I mean, I just think people underestimate some of the simplest things in life. Like, this paper is amazing. And you could just make these pumpkins and they're going to look so cute. Will they store really cute? If you put them in a little packaging and don't let them get crushed, yeah, but what's the worst that happens if it got crushed? You make another one. I mean, it just costs, what have we done? All right, I'll be generous. I'll say 4 sheets of paper are involved in this project. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You know, I wonder, you probably could use your Stampin' Seal too. Let's see how well the glue works, how long it's going to take to dry. Now I'm going to use the Tombow liquid adhesive, and I'm going to try to use the smallest amounts. So remember, when you grab your strips of paper, to pay attention to the dimension, to the direction, because you want to make sure that if you're using any kind of directional paper, it's going in the right direction. Like, you don't want it upside down or something. All right, so I just did a small strip of liquid adhesive, and this is my top, so I'm just sticking it into my top, and then I'm going to do a small strip of the liquid adhesive here, and I want to be straight, and I'm going to just stick it to my bottom right there. All right, so now, oops, I'm just going to hold it for a second. The less glue you use, the quicker it will stick, so you don't want to get big glops of it. You just want a little bit, because this isn't going to be doing anything. And so what I recommend is starting doing all 4 sides and sticking in 4s of the same paper, unless you did, like me, you did 6, but we'll stick in 4s even with that. So I'm going to use the same. Oh, that's not the same. Ah. Here we go. Okay, so I want to do 4 of the same paper, so that that's kind of how you do it with flower arranging in a, with cut flowers. You start off in not clusters. You start off all around in a, what would that, I don't know, they probably have a technical term for it. So again, I'm just putting a light layer of glue right there, and I'm going to put that on. So as your pumpkin gets bigger and bigger with more strips of paper, you're going to be coming out farther and farther with these strips. So don't worry, that's when this guy's going to cover that much. So just know that. See how we're coming? So we're going to just take a little bit more of this, sticking it right on there. There we go. And I'm just finding it easier right now to just put it right there. But later on I won't be able to do that probably. It's going to get cumbersome soon. And we're just going to add one more of this color for now. We'll use the other strips in a minute, when we get through the rest of it. So again, I'm just putting it in the top and on the bottom. We'll just hold those for a second. And then we're going to move on to the next one. I was holding my glue upside down with the glue dots. So now we'll move to another color. And I think that worked out pretty good, putting the glue in a light layer on both ends, because this glue does give you a second or two to move it around. So now I'm going in the diagonal of, so first I made the crisscross, and now I'm just going in the diagonals of those. So I'm guess you'd say it's like a 8-point, maybe it's an octagon or something. I don't know. It's a pumpkin, leave me alone. So here we go like that. And we're gonna, I'm not going too deep on my top circle. You don't need to. And then I'm just gonna come along and put it like right there. I'm just trying to keep my strips straight. Like that strip kind of, ooh, look at that. Let's hold that down and put some more glue. So when I say you want to be light with the glue, you want to be light, but not that light, obviously. So. All right. Had a little malfunction, so don't get discouraged if yours is having malfunctions. Just need to hold it down a little bit more. But on the bottom, if you just push it down, that if you hold it down gently but firmly, what is gently but firmly, right? So there we go. Depending on how long you want this project to last, you could use clips, like paper clips, but I don't think it's worth all that. I just think you need to just hold it down for a few more minutes. So I'm trying to stay under the camera. I have a bad habit of getting away from the camera. And then I'm just gonna try that guy again, right there. I can smush that a little bit. So one nice thing, like the bottom, you can always kind of press it down in that gentle, firmly, because I don't want you to squish your tube in the center. Alright, just going to give that a hold. And we're going to bring it down over here. So now at this point I will have an octagon. Okay? And then I'm going to switch to my third color, and that'll take me to 12 strips, but I don't know what you'd call that. So my third color is the spiders. So now my spiders are definitely, well, they're not really, because my spiders could be crawling down the pumpkin and they could be crawling up the pumpkin, so, right? So now I'm gonna still keep it in that sequence, but I'm looking for just a spot for it to go. And it doesn't have to go all the way down in your center or all the way down in your back, because we have that big circle coming in now. And that's how you can kind of keep your and then you also might want to give your top a little smush down, because they start, ooh, that'd be cute if you had some of those black plastic ring spiders and glue them onto this. That would be cool. Yep. Okay, I'm going to add some glue around here. Hold that down. Go. And we're going to put some over here. And then the last piece I'm going to add when I get to it is the black glitter. Now, what Tamara did also when she had a hard time fitting the paper on the top, well, she directly glued her bottoms into the tube, and I just thought that would be too hard, so that's why I added that circle to the bottom, so that you could just glue them onto a flat base, and it would just make, I think, a faster process is what I was thinking it would do. But she would notch some of the paper inside the center so that it would fit, because after a while it starts getting really bulky in there. And so it's just what's okay with you kind of thing. But like I said, we're gonna put some filler in here. We're gonna put some, gonna add this stem and some leaves, and so no one's really gonna see in here how well you got the strips in there. So don't worry about it. Don't get frustrated. Just have fun making a pumpkin, because it's like you're back in elementary school. But of course, oh, look at that. I messed up. I wasn't. I was saying staying on that side of the Cajun craze, and I just put one on this side of the Cajun craze. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. It's all right. It's just a paper pumpkin. So I'm just gonna make it look more intentional by repeating that pattern over here. Okay, and I'll just put some glue right there. Come on. So see how I'm getting a little further out each time, and the next few strips are really going to get further out. Because you don't want your pumpkin, you kind of want all your strips to stay out there squatty, you know, big and full. You don't want them to start getting all tight in there. Okay, so those were the three. I could add some black glitter, but I think I want to wait. No, maybe I should add some black glitter. It's kind of, oh, I wonder if I could curl the black glitter. Give it a little, oh yeah. I did not give my black glitter any curves. So I'm hoping we have a few strips left over. When I did my fall one, it was getting pretty full, and I still had a couple of strips left over, so I gave them curly cues and used them at the top for the vine of the pumpkin. And that just, it came out really cute. I can't wait to do the tall one of that. I'll post a picture on my Facebook page of how they end up coming out. Okay, let's add some black glitter. Who doesn't want some black glitter, you know? Oh, I think I need more glitter. There we go. So I took my downstairs dining room and I bought one of those single row calyx units. I have like a, not really a buffet table, but kind of like a buffet table in there. But I wanted to add some cube kind of storage. So for the card making workshops I want to start hosting in there. I think the room will be pretty nice. Hopefully with the coronavirus, the vaccine's supposed to be coming out soon, so who knows? Who knows how long it's going to take everyone to get. But if you don't mind wearing a mask and hanging out, it might be a nice distraction if you've been cooped up. I've been cooped up quite a bit. I go out, do what I need to do, and I come back home for the most part. So while I'm pinching the top, I'm just adding some glue to the bottom, and that way I can hold two at once. Now this glitter paper isn't as stiff as my other sheets, so I'm noticing that It's just sitting a little differently, but I don't think it's much of a problem. It's still really cute. The glue is sticking to my fingers now. That's the only thing I don't like about Tombow is it's a very tacky glue. So when you get it on your hands, it starts gumming up your fingers, I guess. That's what they say. Alright, well that's here. Pull that down. There we go. So I'll make sure that top doesn't come undone. By now you should be able to feel it's pretty, you're probably getting in the groove of putting the strips on. It's not fighting you as much, so I'm just looking for consistent. Oh, look at that. I was trying to be consistent, but I didn't do it. But that's all right. It's just a pumpkin, and when you add enough strips, it's not gonna show how inconsistent I was. Or at least that's my story, right? I think this paper pumpkin is really cute. And, you know, even if you don't want to buy my Stampin' Up paper, which, all right, fine, I totally understand if you can't afford it or something. You could just go to the scrapbook store and get just 3 or 4 sheets of Halloween paper and make this. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money to make this cute little pumpkin. And if you have a kid at home, a little girl, she would probably love to make this paper pumpkin. Alright, now we're going to go back with our remaining strips of paper. So, and just now what I would do, what I'm going to do is look for spots, like right here I have 2 purples and an orange. So look for spots where you can break up the monotony, basically. But you don't want to cover a strip that already exists. Like, it's okay if it layers over it, but you don't want it to go right on top. So just always looking for cracks in your pumpkin, basically. And now you can see I'm going to really start coming out farther because this paper only wants to do so much, right? But this is when the larger circle I punched is going to, or die cut I should say, is going to hide all these strips down here. So that's what you want that. And this is my last strip of this color, and I'm going to put it over here. I think, people are watching. I'm so sorry. I always forget to drag the comments over. I see Kayleen's watching and Diane is watching. Hi guys, sorry. I'm so bad with the comment part. I really, this is just to show you there's always room for improvement. So I'm just doing a little of this and that. Sorry guys, didn't mean to ignore you. If you have any questions, I can see my comments now, I think, so you can let me know what's going on. Okay, and now I'm going in with my, I'm going to put another purple in here. I would go to the Cajun Craze, but I'm at a spot where I need some more. I would say I wanted more black right here, but I already did all the black. Well, not the black glitter, but I don't want another black glitter. So I'm just going to put some glue right here. And come along right there with it. It's starting to look like a paper mache beach ball without the balloon. Okay, and then I have a lot of space right here, so I will put a purple in on this side, and I'll add an orange. And I'm down to, oh, I might have to cut 2 more strips for my vines because my pumpkin does not feel as full as it did when I made the fall one. There we go. Alright, and I have, well, I guess it's starting to look full. Now it's more, I want color, so I keep having a sheet of color that I don't want at that spot. Hey, what do? I'm gonna move this and put it, I wanted it over here. Sorry, changed my mind. But see, I wasn't afraid to change my mind either, so there you go. I was able to do it without hurting my pumpkin. Yeah, definitely, if you have some black plastic spiders or those spider rings, the spiders that come in the webs, I would definitely glue some of those on here. I might have a spider or two, but I think it might have a gem on them, but I might still try it. So let's see what else. That one. Ugh, I'm not gonna. Okay, I think I could put some orange here now. Let me get that in there. Then I'm just gonna put some glue up here on the bottom, basically, and hold that down. I definitely think the colors are really pretty in the fall one. The Halloween ones, it's coming out cute. Maybe it'll look a lot better when it's done, but I remember making the fall one. I loved it every time I added a strip of paper. This one, not loving it every time I add a strip of paper, but I do love it. So I think I need some more black glitter because you know how we women folk are. We always need some black glitter. Some black glitter. And then I'll just do 2 more strips. I think I might make my vines with this black glitter paper. That might be what I want. Since my leaves are gonna be out of the other colors. And I have 1 more orange and 1 more, oh, that needs an orange, definitely. So make sure you're spinning your pumpkin around to find any gaps so that you can get the last few strips in the spot where you really want them. And I have 1 more strip. If I don't need to use it, I will use it for a piece of vine. Otherwise, I bet nothing stuck that time. That glitter paper is acting up. I'm just gonna hold it. There we go. Oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers. Ah. my bone folder because my fingers tips have gotten very gummy. So there we go. So I have one more black strip. I'm going to see if I want it. I think I have a spot I could put it, but there's no glitter strips. So I'm going to add it over here. That doesn't have a glitter strip either, but that has a lot of paper. This actually overlapped quite a bit. Let me see. What's that one? It's still haunting me. And I'll put this. I think I need it. I don't need paper over there. I'm not going to do it. I'll just leave it. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to cut another strip. And if you have a whole 1 inch strip left over, you could cut it in half to 1/2 inch. So I have 2 vines on my pumpkin, and these are one of these 1 inch strips, and I cut it in half. So I'm using, it's a 1 inch strip cut in half, so they're 2 1/2 inch strips. And all I did is give them, more of a curly cue. So let's see if that'll work in this situation. Oh, this one's too big. Let's see if I can cut it down. I already put glue on that, so there goes that sucker. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I don't know if the glitter, oh it will, okay. So you just do it exactly like you do curling ribbon, and then what you could do is take a Sharpie or a pencil, but not a pencil with ridges. Well, if you're using a paper that won't show it, but if you're just using regular designer paper, you don't want the ridges to show. So I'm just wrapping it really tight around this Sharpie, and then when I pull it out, it's going to be really curly cuey. So see that? And then you can just keep pulling it to relax your curly cue. But that's what you want to get. And then we're just going to curl this up again, just like it's curling ribbon. And then just wrap it around your Sharpie. You want a smooth edge. You don't want to use a pencil because of the ridges that it has. It might wrinkle your paper with those little ridges. And then you get, I'm going to grab it from the center and pull it out. And kind of you want to relax your curly cue a little bit. There you go. And then we're going to take, so there's that piece of paper that I told you to have the 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to relax the edges again. It can go both ways because we're going to twirl this into a diagonal. Oh, don't do that. We'll stick that in my center and make that work. So I'm just going to so I'm doing a diagonal, so see how it's, I'm not twirling it. You can start by twirling it square, but you want it to eventually have a diagonal to it. And you don't want it to be tight because you're creating your stem of your pumpkin. So like just keep pulling your center out and then hold it tight, because then what we're gonna do is let it come out. Before we put that in our pumpkin, you can use rocks, you can use beans. Don't use anything that could attract bugs. I'm just using a little small handful, just enough to weight it down in there. So now it's weighted down, it won't topple over as easily. And then I'm going to put my stem in there, and see how my stem is in there pretty tightly. And if you need it to be bigger, just kind of relax the paper in there a little bit more to be bigger. You can tweak your stem a little to the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put glue. I'm going to close up my stem and I'm going to glue the edges. Because what I want it to do is I want it to adhere somewhere inside. So I want it to find its own spot to adhere. And if you let it fan out enough on its own, it will adhere again. And then you can kind of tighten up the twist afterwards. There you go. Okay, and then you can add your vines. I'm just tucking them, putting a little glue in there, and you can tuck it into your stem, or you can tuck it into your pumpkin. So find the spot you want to be the front of your pumpkin. So give it a spin. And we'll just glue this on. And then, where'd my other strip go? Okay, and then I'm gonna put my other curlicue on the opposite side. And I'm gonna add some leaves. These, I showed you earlier, these leaves from the Lovely Leaves die cut set. So if you have any boo-boos you want to hide, this is hide them with your leaves. That's the easiest thing to do. Putting the glue mostly on the stem of the leaf. Because then you can bend the stem. And have the leaf just laying out like that. I don't know if you can see where I'm at anymore, but oh, okay, so this guy, stick him in there, and should we add some copper? We'll add some copper. Next to mine. So there's the leaves I'm doing. Here's my ribbon, my little, oops. Yeah, my little oops. That was my curlicue that's not sticking to anything. Stick that on there. I just want that to hold it for a minute. And then if your stem isn't doing what you want, you can add some glue to hold it in a place where you want it. So at this point, you're just kind of making it do what you want more than it being natural. But let the glue have an opportunity to adhere somewhere. Go. And that's the front of my pumpkin. Oh, this circle needs to go on your bottom. Probably want to do that before the rocks, but we'll make it work. So I'm just sticking my hand inside to hold my tube, and I'd show you here. My rocks are probably gonna fall out, but so see how my circle still covered? That's what my strips look like in the end. And the circle still is going to cover it. And then when this dries, it's going to have a nice shape to it. I lost my curlicue. So, that glitter paper might not be a fan of Tombow. I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus on there. That might be a better fan. There we go. This sucker's gonna stick now for sure. Thank you, Stampin' Seal Plus. So if you're having a problem getting it to stick, just pull out that Stampin' Seal. And if you don't like where your curly cues are doing, get out your Sharpie again, because I don't like what my curly cue's doing right now. So I'm just gonna recurl it a little. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy with how my pumpkin turned out. I hope you guys' pumpkin turned out as great as mine. It's gonna go downstairs in my Halloween decorations. Oh, I forgot to decorate the... Sorry folks, this is live TV. So I was supposed to, I told you to cut 2 sheets of the 5 by 5.5 paper in the beginning. So after we made our tube in here, you're supposed to cover that with your designer series paper that you also cut in the 5 by 5.5. But luckily for me, that color cardstock works fine with this pumpkin, so I'm not, it doesn't look too bad for me to leave it. And then if you really want, you can add part of this, what was this Halloween sweet called? Night something, Magic in the Night, was that it? Magic in this Night sweet is this really pretty spiderweb ribbon. Oh, and we need to find some of those black spiders. Could you imagine this on here? How would we do it? Just, oh, you could do more twirls with it. I just think it's really pretty. It's gonna stay. It's staying. We're just shoving it under my leaves. It's a last minute thought. I'm just gonna cut some. Yes, I'm going to shorten it a little bit, and I'm just going to cut some. Can wear it as a shawl. I'm going to try to give it some curly cue. I'm just happy with some. Let's see if my Sharpie can help it a little. It just really looks good. And then if you have any of those black spiders we talked about, the little, maybe we should tie it first so it stays. There we go. And let's take, oops, sorry. So I'm just taking that Sharpie again and I'm wrapping this around it. And I'm just gonna pull it out and get some curls in there. So I don't know if the silver ribbon goes with the copper leaf I added, so I think the copper leaf would be the thing to go. And then I have some goodies. Oh, there's one. I had these cute spiders. I think I found them at Party City, and I think I saw them at Walmart too, but we could glue one of those in there. So let's just gonna put it on his head and his body and let the ring kind of find a spot to hide. Maybe that's not gonna work. Oh, you know what we could do without trying to make too much of a mess? Oh good, this ring is already cut in half. Put it on one of the vines. There we go. Hide that piece of glue I got there. Fine, there it goes. Oh. Okay, let's just hold that for a minute. Clothespins, Jen, what'd you do with them? My clothespins are downstairs. What a bummer. Oh, here's some. Here's an IKEA clip. There. enough pressure to hold it. So if you have any of these cute little Halloween things, we could add that. Oh, I know what I meant to add. I'm sorry. What a scatterbrain. I meant to add the bats and the spiders I had left over from when I did my class. So I have some bats left over, and I even have some flowers left over. So I could add this stuff to it. Such a dork. I guess I didn't have any spiders left over. I have a white spider. I was hoping I had a black spider left over. I don't like the white spider, but we will add some of these cute little bats. And I like to put the glue only on the body of the bat, so the wings look like there's flight. You could put dimensionals if you're needing it in a spot like that, but I'm just gonna put one on my stem. Then I have some big ones. Later on, I might have to add some of those spiders. I don't have my die cut machine up here anymore. I moved it downstairs, so these are the challenges I'm gonna start facing by... I can't really film the glitter. Yeah, the glitter just doesn't want me to adhere to, so I can't really film downstairs because of my dogs. They stare out the front door and bark at any movement. So you still hear them occasionally up here when I film, but mostly I know it would be twice as bad downstairs. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that, but I hopefully will be a little more organized. I was originally gonna do it with that fall paper again, but I didn't want to do the same size, so that's why I said, oh, I'll do it with the Halloween paper then, because I want to do a taller one for the fall, but I didn't want to distract you guys from learning. So let's see if I can tilt it a little bit. That's how my pumpkin came out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. I just think these pumpkins are spectacular. Here's my fall pumpkin. Let me set aside those things. I don't know if we'll fit them both in the camera, but there's my fall and there's my Halloween. I'm looking at my iPad to see how well they fit. All right, so kinda, let's see if I can get the light a little bit better on these guys. There you go. So I hope you try this project. It's a lot of fun. It has a really cute effect, and it would make for a really awesome hostess gift if you're going to someone's house, even for a Halloween party. Or for, I'm going to cut off those rings there for my spider. Great hostess gift to give someone. You're not really asking them to store it for life. It's made out of paper, so even if they don't like it or they don't want to store it, nothing's really lost on it. You know, it's something you could make year after year. So... and if you don't want to, like, I never have time to carve a pumpkin. So, because the time, well, this year Halloween's on a Saturday, so I think everyone would have time to carve a pumpkin this Halloween. But you know how it is. You can't carve a pumpkin too early because it rots by the time you get to Halloween. So you have to wait till the day of or the day before. And this way, you don't have to worry about all that. But not this year, I guess. You can carve a pumpkin on Saturday. I hope you all have a great Halloween. I don't know what's going on with the pandemic and Halloween, but if you have little kids, I hope you find a great way for them to celebrate. And thanks for watching. Have a great night, and show me pictures of this project if you make it, please. Thank you. Bye. All right, I gotta find the finish. Sorry. Oh. I was clicking on my iPad.